Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'll be showing you how the align content property works on a Flex container. What is the align content property? The align content property is used to align the Flex lines. To save some time, I've made some changes to the index.html file. I've changed the title on line number 11. On line number 14, I've also changed the text for the H1 heading tag. And then inside the Flex container on line number 16, I have nested 12 div elements, which are going to represent 12 Flex items. I have also made some changes to the CSS file. On line number 3 here, I've given a height of 600 pixels to the Flex container. On line number 4, I have added a Flex wrap property with a value of wrap to the Flex container. On line number 5, I have added the align-content property with a value of space dash between. The space dash between value displays the Flex lines with equal space between them. So this is what the Flex container looks like. With a height of 600 pixels, I'm able to nest 12 elements inside, and then using a Flex wrap property set to wrap, I can reduce the size of the web browser, and then you can see the Flex items wrapping around. So you can see the lines between the Flex items. The space between value of the align content property basically enables that there are equal spaces between the Flex lines. So you can see between the Flex lines, the spaces are equal. You can also set the value of the align content property to space around, and what this does, it displays the Flex lines with spaces before, between, and after. On line number 5, I've changed the value of the align content property to space around. So with the space around value, the Flex lines have spaces before, between, and after them. So if I resize the web browser, the items should wrap, and then you can see the Flex lines with spaces before, between, and also after. You can also set the align content property to a value of stretch, and when the value is stretched, the Flex lines basically takes up the remaining space in the container. So on line number 5 here, I've changed the value of the align content property to stretch. The stretch value stretches the Flex lines to take up the remaining space. This is basically the default setting. So if I resize the browser window, you can see that as the Flex items wrap, the Flex line takes up the remaining spaces. You can also set the value of the align content property to center, and what that does, it displays the Flex lines in the middle of the container. So with the text align content property value set to center, it displays the Flex lines in the middle of the container. So if I resize the browser window, you can see that the Flex lines are displaying in the middle of the container. If you want the Flex lines to be displayed at the start of the container, you have to set the align content value to flex-start. So on line number 5 here, I've set the align content value to flex-start. So the flex start value basically displays the flex lines at the start of the container. So if I resize the browser window, we can see that the flex lines appear at the start of the container. If you want the flex lines to appear at the end of the container, you have to set the value of the align content property to flex-end. So on line number 5, I have changed the value of the align content property to flex-end. So we can see that with the flex-end value, it displays the flex lines at the end of the container. So even if I resize the browser window, you can see that the flex lines appear at the end of the container. In this video, I showed you how the align content property works on a flex container. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.